Howdy, folks. Here's it is, the time for the big news. Ba-ba-da-da! My next novel is going to be called A Sick Gray Laugh, and it is coming this August from Word Horde. Now, I just want to say how delighted I am to be working with Word Horde again. Some of you all know I worked with Ross Lockhart. Back in 2015, we released Mr. Suicide, my first novel, and really had a great experience working with him. It won the Bram Stoker Award. So when it came to a time to pursue a publisher for my second novel, it was kind of a no-brainer. I wanted to work with Ross again. So here we are. And so it is called A Sick Gray Laugh. And as far as like what it is about, I guess I'll say it's about the Midwest. It's about kind of how the Midwest has changed over the years. For example, in the 19th century, in the early 19th century, a lot of really strange cults and utopian societies came out to the Midwest. And they were really into some very odd beliefs. And sometimes it was attached to Orthodox Christianity, but they would have their own variations that sometimes mixed alchemy into things and, kind of more esoteric beliefs into things. And I was interested in how the Midwest changed from this place where you had the fringe kind of coming out to the Midwest in the early 20th century or the early 19th century to where it is now, where it has this really much more conservative reputation. So that was one of the things I was interested in. It's a historical novel, and that's one of the things that took a little bit of time, is the fact that it is a historical novel. And so history novels, historically based novels take some time to research, not just in terms of like getting stuff right, but more being intrigued by the possibilities of history, which is where I went with this. I saw the history of early 19th century cults and utopian societies. And for me, it wasn't like, oh, I need to write something and get the details right. It was more, I want to write something, and I'm really interested in, that suggests different possibilities for storytelling. So that was part of what I was interested in and part I wanted to do with this. So it is a longer novel than Mr. Suicide. Mr. Suicide, I think, clocked in at about 62,000 words. A Sick Gray Laugh is at 83,000. So that's a major change there. And it's a different novel. I think if you liked my previous work, you'll probably like this too. But I've learned some new things over the years. I've read a lot of stuff, from Eastern Europe, and their take on the weird, or their take on literature in general. And that approach has certainly informed how I approached A Sick Gray Laugh. So trying to think if there's anything. I guess I should also mention that there's a metafictional element to the novel. So one of the main characters is named Noel Cashman, who may or may not bear a resemblance to yours truly. We'll see. And I wanted to explore themes of mental illness too. And so that's a little bit about the book. I'm afraid to go on too long, but yeah, that's it. Coming out from Word Horde, the good ship Word Horde. I have my little Word Horde medieval weapon here, to share the good news. I am joining the Horde once again, and it's going to be fun. Again, A Sick Gray Laugh coming this August from the good ship Word Horde. Oh boy!